My question this week is, are you cancelling yourself? And in a time where we're constantly talking about cancel culture, a new website has been launched by 3 journalists called Uncancelled. And Miranda Levy, one of the journalists, spoke to me this week to explain why it's needed.
To stimulate debate in times where it feels like debate is being shut down and censored, and to encourage individual independent voices, people who think for themselves rather than follow a party or a movement.
Miranda goes on to say that being able to air both sides of the Extinction Rebellion debate is really important and valuable. And perhaps she has a point, because we've seen so many incidents around cancel culture and saying the wrong thing. We've had TEDx London, Women rebranding itself with an X in the name to fraught and hilarious responses on Twitter. I urge you to go and have a look. We've had Mark Reed, the chief executive of WPP, putting his foot in it on ageism by saying that he's really glad he's got loads of people under 30s who don't hark back to 1980s Adland. And we've also had a CEO this week telling me that his memo to his staff, which was very well intentioned, got pounced upon because it had he and she as pronouns in it. And certainly there's a sense around that you can't say what you think, that you might say the wrong thing. The response to that from others is, of course, that we have more opportunity to say everything that we think, but we now have to live with the backlash because everybody can respond to us, and anybody who ever writes anything in the press will know that reading the comments is a harrowing experience sometimes, and sometimes that's a great benefit. You read it and you think, damn, they were right, I should have done that, I should have said that. And actually we can learn from that if we're open to it. I think the bigger risk of cancel culture and the perceived sensitivities about what we say is how we might limit ourselves when we're having conversations online, on Zoom calls, around work and with our teams. And where the same lack of eye contact, the same intolerance of nuance and complexity can come across in a very quick online chat, a quick instant message, WhatsApp, or even in a Zoom call where people can't reveal things that they're worried about, things that are going wrong, things that are on their mind. So my thought for you this week is to think about opening up yourself to being more vulnerable in those situations, and to encourage the kind of conversations that would otherwise have happened naturally on the way in or out of the meeting, when you're making coffee, around the meeting, in the loo, in the canteen, wherever you have those informal chats that give you clarity about people's intentions, about where they are, about the kind of support that they need. And maybe focus more on that than the bigger picture around cancel culture, when we all honestly have to think quite hard about what we say publicly.
Kill